My name is Ashley Barber. I am the Director of Content and Creative at Campus Philly, and I graduated from St. Joe's in 2017. I oversee all of our student-facing content and communications. I also create all of our promotional assets and marketing materials on the creative side to really inform our mission that Philadelphia is a great city to pursue higher education and also a great city to be a young professional. So I worked primarily in the editorial space after graduation, but I'd interned with Campus Philly while I was a student at St. Joe's. So when an opening was available, I was really excited to return to the organization at a full-time capacity. So I don't really know if there is a path or a journey that is typical, but I would say my path was nonlinear, having started in the editorial space and now being more in the creative and design role. I think there are a lot of things that you need to have to be successful in today's workforce. I think you need to be creative. You need to be a problem solver, be proactive, especially in my role with thinking about the kind of content that needs to be created and a timeline that's associated with any given project. Being collaborative, being really inventive, being willing to try something new. And I think I learned all of these in one way or another at St. Joe's. I worked on the Hawk. I was a tutor at the Writing Center. I led a number of service missions. I was also in the pep band. So all these really person-centric roles and activities were really formative early on. And I think that really led to a lot of the skills that I use day to day. I think students should get involved with clubs or organizations on campus that are of interest to them. So it doesn't have to be something that you want to pursue maybe full-time, but something that kind of piques your interest and makes you go, would that be a good career for me? Or would that be something that I want to grow or learn about in a certain space? So seek out internships, attend career fairs. I think it's really important to use this time to try a lot of different things because all those things will sort of culminate and prepare you for a career in whatever form or shape that you'd like to see. But your time in college is a great time to really explore and engage in that way with your community. So kind of two different networking tips in this space. So if you're attending something like a career fair or a recruiting event, my advice would be to research employers in advance, prepare questions for them in advance, have somebody proofread your resume, go to the St. Joe's Writing Center, make sure that your resume is error-free. So prepping in that way, making sure that you're ready to network and have your questions prepared and have the information that you want to have about employers going in. And then generally, some networking tips, practice your elevator pitch. Send a note to folks you connect with on LinkedIn. Try to find somebody who might have a job that you find interesting or a job that you'd like to have and send them a note on LinkedIn. People do that to me all the time. And I think it's a really great way to network and meet new folks in your community. I've been asked for coffee chats to just learn more about my career and my career path. And you might just find your mentor that way too. Definitely earlier in my career, there were experiences that I would say were challenging because of my age and gender. But I will say I'm very grateful now to be working at an all-female nonprofit with a group of really empowering, diverse women who uplift and support one another. And I know there obviously will be barriers as I grow in my career in one shape or form, but I think that I've learned being really communicative, asking for support, and that those two things together are really helpful tactics that you can use to remedying kind of any of those issues in the space. It means representation first and foremost, and truly valuing the ideas, perspectives, and presence of all groups of people in the workplace. Absolutely. And I think that Campus Philly has really taken concrete steps in this space from our work with the city on the Most Diverse Tech Hub initiative. And that's where we amplify Black and Brown tech professionals in Philadelphia, career events of ours like Black and Brown students in tech, and then also just having diverse folks, students and recent grads that are using their voices in our brand ambassador program, telling their stories on our blog, showcasing their talent on our TikTok. I think it's so important that everyone's story and voice is represented in our content, and that messaging is really at the forefront of all we do. I have to say Campus Philly, of course, because we've got so many great blogs and resources on our page. But I would also say that finding a professional organization that's on your campus that really aligns with what you're interested in doing, or something that you'd like to explore, I think it's a really good time to join a club, join a professional group on campus first, because the ones that are in Philadelphia will sort of always be there for you, but the ones that are on your campus are a great place to start. And then you can kind of branch out and see what's happening throughout the city. We all need to remember that's going to take some time to find what the right fit is. And that could be a job or an organization or something that really connects with you, or and a mission that connects with you. So I would say to remember to be patient. And I definitely think that value is maybe not spoken enough, especially your senior year of college. You know, patience is a really great value to have, and to lean on your network for support, because there's going to be a lot of times where you might want to switch a career path, try something new, go somewhere else. You know, and I think that a lot of that really comes down to having that patience and finding that right job that aligns with you and your mission.